We at Lexus always try to achieve the impossible.
Tanahashi-san, the chief engineer of LFA, once said, "There is no such thing as impossible. It is just a matter of figuring out how."
That is the attitude we apply to everything, with a constant desire to do what has never been done before. Our hoverboard, or Project Slide, as we like to call it, is the fourth project in our Amazing in Motion series. In this project, we like to push the boundary of technology, design, and engineering, and create incredible feats of motion. They are perfect demonstration of our desire to create enjoyment out of motion.
Across these projects, we have collaborated with innovators at the very top of their field. In this case, it was with experts at the forefront of magnetic levitation technology from Dresden, Germany.
Making a hoverboard isn't a straightforward process. We have had quite a few ups and downs, because it's normal when you are trying to do something truly innovative.
As our legendary Takumi craftsmen say, the difficult takes time.
The impossible just takes a little longer.
Hovering in general is a dream of mankind.
And on the downhill ride, the kids really do fly.
I was always very interested in seeing how my toys work. I dismantled them, looking inside, and maybe that influenced my whole life. When Lexus approached with that questions for a new project, we thought it will not work, but let's try it. But we did it step by step.
We thought it would be really interesting, and we thought maybe they need a track of 10 meters and this can all be done and it would be quite easy. When I then heard about these plans for jumping and other things, I said, okay, that's a tough job. This track has 3 poles. A North Pole, a South Pole, and then a North Pole. And in between, there's a magnetic field, which is on top of the track. Now, how to see this with your eyes? You cannot see anything, of course, but you can sense it with the magnetic material. As soon as you come closer, you feel the force of the magnetic field. 25 years ago, the high temperature superconductors were detected.
The superconductors inside of the board are made of yttrium, barium, copper oxide. And if you bring the superconducting material at a distance above this track and cool it down with liquid nitrogen, gets its superconducting properties, then this stores this magnetic field and is able to levitate above this track segment as long as it is cold.
A very stable levitation is possible, which is passive. You do not need any energy for this. One can freeze in a magnetic field in the superconductors.
There was a question, could you imagine having inclines? We answered yes and tried to build one. And then came the declines, then came the bended curves in a very small radius. And so things developed. It's a real amazing, fascinating project. We hope to inspire people. This project may show them nothing is impossible.
We at Lexus always try to achieve the impossible. That is the attitude we apply to everything, with a constant desire to do what has never been done before.
It's like old stories, old fairy tales, the flying corbett. And this is something close to that flying corbett.
Looks very unstable.
Going. It wants to go, doesn't it?
Making a hoverboard isn't a straightforward process. We have had quite few ups and downs because it's normal when you are trying to do something truly innovative.
The system doesn't need electricity at all. We just use the superconducting material. We use a permanent magnet, and we use the liquid nitrogen to cool down the superconductor. So you just have to keep it cold to have a long hovering effect.
The magnetic track has a certain magnetic field configuration, and this configuration is now also present in the superconductor. And when they are cooled down, then this field configuration is frozen in. Then the superconductor stays in this position. It's an art of material science.
When I came in, I think it wasn't going in the direction everyone wanted it to go. But when I seen it, I was well excited about it. I was like, I want to have a go. Let's see what it is capable of. Yeah, within a week, we'd progressed loads. We'd gone from just going 5 meters in a straight line to going around the corner as fast as we could, and then we started setting up the jump and making it higher and making the gap bigger, and we progressed quick, really quick.
Some of the design elements, like the spindle grille and also the bamboo deck of the board, we're almost exactly replicating what's inside the Lexus car. There's the science part of it, and then there's the design and the beautiful part of it where we get to make it look amazing.
Feeling of literally no friction and floating on air. It's hard to describe what that really feels like, man, but it's kind of like a science in yourself in it, you know, you start to break it down. It starts to become less scary and less daunting, more fun. I started skating when I was about 7 or 8. It literally feels like I'm starting all over again from the beginning. I'm really like, was born again, and then here's a skateboard, learn it.
Superconductivity is a fascinating phenomenon. It's spectacular, but it's complicated.
If we would have known at the beginning what would result at the end, we probably would have said, no, it's impossible. So you have to have dreams. Maybe they will not come true, but it's the direction you work.
As our legendary Takumi craftsman say, the difficult takes time. The impossible just takes a little longer.
Why do people skate? Oh, well, I think the main thing is it's just that freedom, and it can be an outlet for frustration, it can be an outlet for creativity, it can be an outlet for anything you want it to be, really. I started skating when I was about 7 or 8. I used to go to the skate park before school, cruising around, getting the feeling, getting your balance.
I'm the hoverboard dude. Guess that's what I'm going to be known as after this.
I came in like all excited and like a little kid going, right, wanna have a go. Let's see what it is capable of. Then we started setting up the jump and making it higher, and making the gap bigger, and we progressed quick, really quick.
In my opinion, I thought the jump will not work. And then Ross came, and Ross stood on the top, and he goes down, and he made it. And it was incredible.
First time I stood in it, it was pretty weird. Because the magnetic field's around, that's what makes it similar to like doing a 50-50 on a rail.
It's so strange, man.
There's no friction and no sound.
Doing air from air back onto air. It's hard to describe what that really feels like, man. But
it's fun to ride the thing, it's challenging.
Really fun. Especially for a skateboarder, it's the best thing ever.
I've been waiting all night for you to tell me what you want. Tell me that you need me. I've been waiting all night for you to, tell me what you want, yeah. I've been waiting all night for you to tell me what you want. Tell me that you need me. I've been waiting all night for you to, tell me what you want, yeah, want, yeah, want, yeah, want, yeah, want, yeah.
Isn't that right?
I've been waiting all night for you to tell me that you need me, tell me that you want me. I've been waiting all night for you to tell me that you need me, tell me that you want me, tell me that you need me, tell me that you want me, tell me that you need me, tell me that you want me, tell me that you need me, tell me that you want me, tell me that you need me, tell me that you want me. I've been waiting all night for you to tell me what you want. Tell me that you need me. I've been waiting all night for you to, tell me what you want. I've been waiting all night for you to tell me what you want. Tell me that you need me. I've been waiting all night for you to, tell me what you want. Tell me that you need me. Tell me that you want me. Tell me that you need me. Tell me that you want me. Tell me that you need me. Tell me that you want me.
I started skating when I was about 7 or 8. It literally feels like I'm starting all over again from the beginning. It's never been done before. There's no friction underneath you at all. And then I'm forgetting what I'm actually doing. And it actually is floating on air.